What was your initial thoughts when you found out that Coleman and Terrence were both coming back?
Yeah, you breathe a sigh of relief, but more importantly, I think it's about making sure, and that's the selfish side for me and for our program. But two guys that went through the process, um, you feel good that they are very comfortable in their decision, and they became informed. They became knowledgeable about what that process is, and then knowing that the University of Illinois is a place that they felt great and that they can achieve their goals and standards that they have set for themselves. Pretty good feeling.
And you spoke a lot last season about leadership. How are you feeling with those two coming back into the fold, and are they showing you a lot of things in the offseason?
Yeah, I think one of the challenges we had last year was, even though Coleman's now in his fourth season with us, his first 2 years were a little sporadic in terms of his playing time. And now we thrust him into a starring role. Terrence was new. Matthew Meyer was new. We were the second youngest team in Power 5 last year, and that group needed some leadership, and I had to step in. And I think this year we're older, and I think instead of maybe having rules and goals, this team has standards, and I think it's their job to set their own standards and understand what they want to achieve, and it's my job to help them get there.
Ty Rogers, can you just talk to us about just what you're going to look for him this season?
Yeah, he's one of the hardest working guys in the country. Scary athlete. He's dropped in 15 pounds or so. He's extremely long. He's lean. I think he's in the best shape of his life. We're narrowing down his roles. I moved him around a lot last year. Probably did him no favors. But a unique skill set in the fact that he's 6'6" with 6'11" wingspan, can play the point. Great passer, has great open court speed. I think he's one of the best defenders. I think he and Terrence at the guard spots could be a duo defensively that's as good as anybody in the country. And now it's just about him getting major game minutes, and he did that in Spain. He was terrific.
Thank you. So picking up on that idea of like the team being very young last season, obviously in the portal you guys got a lot more mature. So can you just talk about just like the challenges of just the playing time and meshing with the newer guys coming in?
Yeah, it was very purposeful to get older. I mean, we obviously went and got 3 grads. I think Marcus is a 1,600 point, just short of 1,700 point score. Quincy's well over 1,000, above 1,000 in his career. Justin is a 4-year guy that's been a 4-year starter throughout his playing, so he's got a ton of experience. And I think that depth can be a great asset for us. We're excited about that. I think we had to plan at the time that guys wouldn't come back, so we recruited like they weren't, and we went out and got versatile guys, Marcus and Quincy. Quincy had 55 threes at Oregon. Marcus can play in the post, can play in the perimeter, can play at the point. So we tried to fill around those needs, not knowing, but if they did come back, knowing they were good enough to help us win, and knowing that we are going to have to build our program around depth, and instead of maybe 32 minutes, maybe it's 24, and here comes the next guy, and that's been our approach literally since last spring, and with the main emphasis getting older.
So speaking of Dane, how would have been your early impressions of him just so far?
Our most improved player, not even close. Ran a 5:18 mile. He's 262 pounds. He's as committed and dedicated to improving himself, his body, his work ethic. He's got to clean up his turnovers. We're on him every day about that, and for him it's simplifying. It's just doing the simple things. But I think he has a chance to be as dominant a inside force as there is in this league. We see that every day, And when he keeps the game very simple, he's very effective. And we need him to be more. You know, he was a 10-5 guy in 22 minutes. We need that to become a more productive on both sides of that, but especially the rebounding, because early in the year last year he was a dominant rebounder. He gets back to that, then he's a handful.